Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Mac, as in the Big Mac and Cheese, as in the return of the Mac. And this is the I Am Her podcast, the official podcast of the Matrix Sports Academy. Now, if you could tell by the tone of my voice, I am not a her, which means I am not your host. Okay. I am officially going to be your co host starting next week when episode 2 drops, which means we do have an official hostess who will make her debut next week on episode 2. So make sure you guys follow the channel, comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell for the latest notifications. We will be doing a debut for her next week, like I said, and I want everybody to be there to help us welcome in our official hostess, Sammy Clark. So, with that being said, make sure you guys tune in. Now, about the I Am Her podcast, like I said, it's the official podcast of the Matrix Sports Academy. And what exactly that is, we have the CEO and the founder of that joining us a little bit later. So they're going to have more of a insight perspective on how it went from a vision, from a dream to a vision to it actually being set into stone, if you will. So we'll have more about what the Matrix Sports Academy actually is, but on this podcast and this channel, this YouTube channel, on this platform, what we want to do and what we want to show, first and foremost, we want to use this platform to acknowledge and empower female athletes, both locally and on a national scale. Now we are DMV based, and that's Maryland. We're based out of Maryland. We have a lot of girls from DC that comes out and compete with us, as well as Virginia. We're slowly accumulating more girls from both DC and Virginia. We want to continue to build though and take it to a national scale. So we definitely want to acknowledge and empower females. And like I said, that's local. That's local high school athletes. It can be rec league, AAU, just getting a bigger a bigger platform for them to showcase their talent is what we want to do on here, and help them to move forward with whatever they want to do, whether it's go off to college, professional, and move forward with their career in sports. We want this platform to be able to help them. Okay. Also, you're going to get weekly recaps. Okay. The weekly recaps will consist of any news that's going on with the MSA family. So that can be achievements as far as the staff. It can be promotions that we have coming up, fundraiser announcements, you know, just things of that nature. Any information that we want to get out to you guys, whether it's for a celebrational fashion or um, just a informational point, right? So, moving on from there, we're also going to have highlights from the week to week games that we have. Okay. So we have games every Sunday, unless we have a bye week. On bye weeks, we typically will have clinics. The CEO will speak on that as well a little bit later. So every Sunday, we will have games and they will be hosted at the Washington Adventist University. Okay. Now, those games are completely free. We it's a family environment, so we ask you, be respectful and come out, bring your family. It's a kid environment. So anything that comes with that, please be respectful. But yes, we would like for you guys to join us, and will have highlights if you can't be out there live. We will have highlights on the YouTube channel every week. Every Friday, we're going to get this podcast out for you. And Wednesdays is typically when the highlights will be dropping from the previous Sunday or the previous week that we had. So make sure you check that out. Those will come with pregame interviews from the coaches as well as postgame interviews from the coaches, highlights from player of the game, interviews from player of the games that we get, and things of that nature. So yeah, make sure you tune in every Wednesday to get those highlights. All right. And just the overall, we're just going to do, any and every updates about MSA, whether that's partnership, we get a new partnership, promotion videos. I have a video that I'm going to share with you guys a little bit later, the official inaugural kickoff showcase event that we had. So you're going to get a little taste of everything here we're going to talk about it on the podcast. And if you follow the channel, make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that bell for the latest notifications. Then you will be receiving a little bit of everything here on this channel and on this podcast. We want this platform to be very informational. We want it to be a highlight reel for anybody that can use, for recruiting purposes, for scouting purposes. Find a purpose that you need. Excuse me, let me get a drink of water. We really want this platform to take off. So the more support that we have from you guys, the more we can do for our girls. Now, I'm going to see if we can get the CEO on. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, so we're getting in contact with Issac Williams right now. So let's take a quick break. And while we're taking that break, I actually want to show you guys. If you tuned into the Super Bowl, you saw this debut. It's the commercial for the NFL Black Female Football, the official NFL commercial. I want to share that with you guys just in case you missed it. It's beautiful. Just take a second to watch this.
School, son, school!
Jaworski, you're on thin ice, mister!
Hey, Principal P.
Stop kicking your principal. Everybody's on thin ice!
What's this? A Dorkosaurus Rex?
Come on, Chad. I don't want any trouble.
Leave him alone. I'll kick your butt, Chad.
Hey, Chad. Check out the new girl.
Ew, what is she wearing?
Girls don't play football.
They do where I'm from.
Get a load of this one. Think fast!
You think fast. Right in the Jimmy Johnson.
This ain't over.
We just getting started, Chad.
Get the clap!
Let's go, let's go! Get down, get down. Come on. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, little girl bad.
Enough! Let's settle this once and for all. Your best guy?
Girl.
Whatever. Versus our best guy. The Brad.
Oh, not the Brad. I'm Brad.
I can read.
There you go. You got folded up, Brad. Get her. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here with a very important guest. He is the founder and the CEO of the Matrix Sports Academy. I'm honored to be here with you guys to introduce my uncle, Mr. Issac Williams.
Hey, how you doing? Appreciate the lovely introduction.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Like I said, it's an honor to have you on the podcast. You're the one that saw all of this come true in your head, and now you're making it, come true in the world for real. So I want to start with a couple questions, but I want to start with your background in football. Can we get a look into where it started for you, your love for football and this sport, and where it took you in your playing career?
Absolutely. I'm actually, from Silver Spring, Maryland. I played at Springbrook High School. From there, I journeyed off to a junior college in California, where I was blessed and fortunate enough to be a two-time All-American. And then that led me to getting a full scholarship to University of Pittsburgh. From there, I ended up breaking both of my legs, which led to me, taking a year or so off. And then I finished my final season at a Division II school up in Connecticut, New Haven University. I finished my career solid up there. And then, from there, my journey didn't end. I ended up playing a couple years at in the Arena Football League. I was in the AF2 for a few years, and from there, I pretty much started my journey as a dad. My son was old enough to pick up the football, so I came back home and I jumped into coaching. Not him per se, but I didn't miss any of his games. But I started coaching at the high school level. I've been a high school coach for 25 years here in Maryland. I've been to a number of schools, have had a lot of success.
Okay, and for the listeners at home, I don't know if you had said it. What position did you actually play?
That's a good question. So my first year at junior college, I was All-American as a cornerback. And then my sophomore year, I was All-American as a running back. I was one of those unique athletes. I was probably one of the first to be all-conference out in the Mission Conference at Pasadena City College, where I was all-conference at 3 different positions. All-conference as a corner, also all-conference as a kick returner, and as a running back, all in the same season.
Wow, Swiss Army knife. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So let's move on here to the other side of that. Okay, so the football career ends. You said, you mentioned that you had a daughter along the way, a few other kids, your son, 2 sons actually. So where did that inspiration turn over? So you went into coaching, and then when did the inspiration click to have an actual academy or a place where female sports athletes can come in and have an opportunity to thrive as just as much as the men? Where did that inspiration come from?
Yeah, I would definitely say that inspiration came from, actually just being a father and understanding the importance of having impacts on lives. Like you said, I'm a father of 2 men now, and I have a lovely daughter, and they are definitely the driving force. My oldest son is the one who inspired me to name the academy the Matrix. Because he was a very unique and special but different type of athlete. And he overcame so much. He defeated all odds. He definitely had a great, run at it. He's, finishing up his career up in Canada. He's had a very successful career. But he was definitely very, very special. So with that being said, my daughter was the last of my children. She's currently
she's
17.
the youngest.
Yeah, she's the baby.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, I've devoted so much time in the athletic world, to my boys, and she picked up sports later on, but that wasn't really, her driving force. But I know that if or had there been something in place like it is now for her at a young age to play flag football, she would have definitely jumped into that, arena, and I think she would have excelled at it, at a high level. But so pretty much what led to me creating this academy, with me obviously being a father and amongst other things. Like I said, I coached for over 20 some odd years, and not only that, I've had my recruiting service, so I've prided myself on giving young athletes opportunities to continue their career. So I got excited about the opportunity that was presented to these young ladies this past season for the first time when they had the inaugural kickoff for girls flag football here in the state of Maryland. So when they announced it, I kind of was just sitting back on the couch, and it hit me that, wow, these young ladies have this phenomenal opportunity ahead of them. However, most of these young ladies have no experience, no background with it, and probably didn't know where to begin, and tryouts were coming up soon. So I took it upon myself to reach out to a few, close friends through the coaching ranks, and family members and things like that. And I kind of put together a free clinic that was just predicated and based on strictly skill development for these young ladies. So when tryouts kicked off, they would actually have an idea as to what type of position they want to play, but also have the basics when it comes to what skills are required to be successful playing flag football. And with that being said, I mean, that was a beautiful thing. I never expected for the turnout to be what it was. We showed up, it was 60 girls there, and they were so driven, so focused.
And you're speaking on the clinic.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that. This clinic, I had a free clinic in July, and it was mind-blowing to see these young ladies, like I said, they were very driven, focused. It was a special time, seeing these young ladies out there, taking in information and then going out and putting it on full display. And I was pleasantly surprised at how athletic these young ladies were. So at the end of the clinic, they had such a good time. They asked me if I could do, a couple of more, which, I didn't see any problem with that. The more reps that they got, I figured the easier that transition would be for tryouts. So I decided to throw another one, and the next thing you know, we had another 60 girls out there. So it was a great opportunity to help at least 120 girls before the annual kickoff, get some type of training. So it was an amazing experience.
That sounds amazing. So from that clinic, you were able to create this academy or have this idea for something. You wasn't sure exactly, what it was going to be. We spoke on the inspiration behind the name with your son being the Matrix, and that's where it came from. So in your own words, real fast, and after you do this, we're going to do this before. Let's go ahead and show the inaugural kickoff that we had. It was a beautiful event. It launched our spring football season and the first ever season for the Matrix Sports Academy. So let's get a quick look at that.
When we get going, we will go full speed, and we're going to rapid fire. We're going to go 2 times through. Okay, y'all good. Let's go. Here we go.
My name is Isaac Williams. I'm the founder and the owner of the Matrix Sports Academy. Today is our annual first ever kickoff media day event. We had a showcase for the ladies outside to let them kind of showcase their skill set. And then we're having a lovely event where the ladies can actually eat together and spend a good little time together before our season kicks off. Season kicks off March 9th, next Sunday at Washington Adventist University. Please join.
Your love is fading. Your love is fading. Your love is fading. I feel it fade. I feel it fade. I feel it fade. I feel it fade. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Your love is fading. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Your love is fading.
So after watching that, Isaac, we see all the faces, you know, we see all the lovely people, the families. It was a beautiful environment. So from that, can you explain, you know, how that event went and what exactly MSA is and what you want it to mean, aside from just football and skills and drills? What's the, you know, the hallmark of it all?
Yeah, so honestly, like I said, when the clinics were all done, I had about 120 girls, just contact information from them, and wheels just got to turning, and then this vision just popped in my head, like, why stop here? I saw the opportunity for a lot of these girls with this sport being the fastest growing sport in the world. Honestly, this flag football is massively growing at a rapid pace, and they're trying to fill roster spots at the collegiate level. So I just, the wheels got to turning, and I just had this vision, like, why stop here? I didn't want it to be a rec department. I didn't want it to be AAU. And that's why I was very, very selective with, what I wanted to call it. And I came up with the word academy because I believe in skill development, and that's the most important thing. But also that skill development is not just where it ends. I with me being a father of a daughter, I take pride in the the empowerment of these young ladies, so I just wanted to make sure that they were given the type of tools that they'll need on the field, off the field, confidence, and guidance, just even from a fatherly perspective. So I wanted to build an atmosphere that's safe, but just family oriented, and turning this into one of the meccas of flag football for these young ladies. When you think of the DMV, I want every college in the country to make sure that they stop at the Matrix Sports Academy to try to find talent. That was definitely, important to me. I got a lot of exciting things going to come in the future, a lot of professional women, because it's so new and so raw. I want all type of professional women to be a part of this empowerment, so that these young ladies know that the sky's the limit. It just doesn't stop at flag football playing it. I want them to understand that you can coach it, you can become an official, but also, make sure that they are, surrounded and getting education from other, professional females in all types of arenas. So that's definitely something very, very important when it comes to the empowerment of these young ladies. So leading up to that media day, the kickoff event, for our league, that was a mind-blowing experience, not just for me, but for my executive board that I put together to help me get to this point, but also these young ladies and these families. It was breathtaking. It was a lot of smiles, a lot of happiness, and with me, having the experience of being a part of football for a very long time, I wanted to, maximize the things that I've experienced and made, this sport so amazing. It's no different than the Big Ten. They have a, annual media day kickoff, so just trying to create that type of excitement. So we elected to have a showcase for these young ladies where they can come showcase their skills. Um, you know, reached out to local universities that are starting flag football so that they can see these young ladies' skill sets up close and personal. And then after that, I wanted them, to have a moment to sit and laugh and talk with one another, meet each other for the first time, take pictures, but also, let them know what the mission statement is here at the Matrix Sports Academy. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to be something special, and it's becoming that. So, but also let them know that what the league entails. We have a lot of moving pieces. Anywhere from mascots, but you just got to come out and see what the environment is like. It's an amazing environment. We have a live DJ who is one of the best. So shout out to DJ TCDC, very passionate at what he does, very good at what he does. And, it's very uplifting for these young ladies and for the younger generations to come along with the parents. So game days are amazing. But, that event in itself was just unbelievable time for us.
It certainly looked like a wonderful time and a very special time. It definitely looked like it set the benchmark for something very, very special. And you spoke on how this sport is growing and is rapidly growing. We know that it's in the Olympics, going to be in the next Olympics and things of that nature. We know that locally high schools have picked it up. We have universities for the first time picking it up. We also have a family member of ours that actually, have some good news on that. I'll let you break it to the podcast family. For the listeners at home, though, let's talk vision in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years short term. And then you can even give a longer term, maybe 10 years down the road. Do you see us in pipeline for this sport as far as recruiting? Do you see us being the face of the female sports as far as flag football? Where do you see the Matrix Sports Academy going?
No, yeah, absolutely. I definitely envision us being that, a very strong driving force, for these young ladies to continue to, play this sport that is, like you said, the fastest growing sport in the world, in my opinion. So I can't see anything different. When you think of the DMV, I want us to be viewed as one of the meccas, one of the areas. We have done a great job, throughout history in regards to basketball here in the DMV, and our football has drastically over the years increased. So why not flag football? So I want us to, in fact, yes, be just that, where we are, one of the stomping grounds where all colleges want to come to find talent. And again, we want to make a splash and an impact. Like you said, some good news. One of the first people who started out with me side by side with building what we've built so far. You know, he's the director of player development, and he's done a phenomenal job. He was, you know, his number one focus is obviously quarterbacks. He's done an outstanding job because the whole month of February, we had free clinics for any girl out there who wanted to be a part of our league or who just wanted to, you know, express interest in flag football. We had free skill development clinics every Sunday throughout the month of February leading up to our league kickoff in March. And the turnout was phenomenal. But just to see the young ladies' skill sets and, you know, grow at such a rapid pace, that was a very, very good thing to see, you know, and they were driven. And because of it, you know, he's had a large impact in, you know, our league having a lot of success, you know, with pitching the ball around the park. But with that being said, you know, the Matrix Sports Academy and what we were, you know, have been doing and accomplished up to this point, I think it pretty much opened up a door for that, you know, for this young man. His name is Alonzo Marshall, and he was just named the new head coach for girls college flag football at that university, and that's a huge honor because he's, you know, one of the founders with, you know, he was one of the pioneers with me, you know, when it came to this academy. So shout out to him, man. You know, his hard work paid off. I mean, you know, we had a lot of footage out there. We, you know, had a huge splash on social media where people were kind of seeing it. And, you know, Washington Adventist University reached out for a partnership, which has been an unbelievable experience so far. So, and they saw something in that young man because he embodies what we embody at the Matrix Sports Academy. You know, he's a very, very hard worker, you know, and I couldn't be happier for anyone else. Now,
That sounds amazing.
yeah, and
Go
you know,
ahead, go ahead.
and long term, you know, yeah, I was just trying to make sure I'm covering all the questions. But yeah, long
Yeah.
term, you know, absolutely, you know, we pride ourselves in being different at the Matrix Sports Academy, and being unique is, you know, our driving force. I think that, you know, we dream and we shoot for the stars, you know, and it's okay to not move like everyone else, because I always tell them, you know, sacrifice equals separation, you know, and that's what I tell my young ladies, you know, so why can't it be us? So I want, you know, in my dream and my idea and my vision, I can't not see one of our young ladies one day playing in the Olympics representing the Matrix Sports Academy. That's a dream of mine, and I want my girls to dream that big as well.
Well, Isaac, you're definitely off to a great start, and this is nothing short of amazing to bring this to not only the DMV but nationally to the world as we move forward and keep going. I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. I just want all the listeners at home, if they want to follow you on Instagram or any other social media, if you wanted to go ahead and drop your handle, you can go ahead and do that so that they can find you on all social media.
Yeah, we're not hard to find. So Matrix Sports Academy, you know, as our IG handle. We're on YouTube. We're gonna have, you know, obviously here we shout out to YouTube. And if you ever have any questions, our email is Matrix Sports Academy, the number 1 at gmail.com. Yeah, we're not hard to find, you know. So if there's any young ladies out there who want to make a splash, want to be a part of something different, you know, please feel free to reach out.
Definitely feel free to reach out. It was a pleasure having you here on the I Am Her podcast. We look forward to having you back many, many more times as we look for this podcast to shoot up the rankings and be number 1. Please make that possible by liking, commenting, and subscribing at And make sure you hit that bell for the latest notifications. But Isaac Williams, this was a pleasure. You being my uncle, you're nothing short of phenomenal, and I truly appreciate you. And I'm glad that the people get to see and witness your greatness as well. We're gonna go ahead and let you go. You please enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Love you too, nephew. Have a good one.
All right, man. Love you.
Once again, I want to thank Isaac Williams for coming on and sharing, his story with us. Um, I mean, this guy, he's the one that made all of this happen. So we can't be grateful enough for him. So I just want to give him his flowers one more time. Everybody watching at home, let's just give it up for Isaac Williams and just having this dream of the Matrix Sports Academy and just sticking through with the plan and seeing it be set in stone is really a pleasure. So we we can't thank him enough. Right? Such a great guy. You can check him out on social media, like you said. He dropped his handle. So I will put that down in the comments. All handles and all social medias will be dropped in the description below. All right. And if you want to see him in person, make sure you get out to Washington Adventist University every Sunday. He will be there live in person. Okay. So make sure you get out there. So we're going to transition now into a little bit of let's do some let's go to some weekly recaps. Okay. Let's actually get some football up there. Let's get that montage of highlights up on the screen. All right. We had a total of 4 games for our first week. Okay. Competition was very, very, very. The scores aren't going to tell how competitive these games actually was. Now, for a lot of these girls, it was their first time getting together. And, you can see the growing pains and where we need to work at. But we had a total of 4 games. The first game, 49ers versus the Jaguars. The 49ers actually took that one, 29-7. The Chargers and the Eagles was next up. This one was a little bit more lopsided. The Chargers came out on top, 41-0. Lions versus the Commanders was up next. This game was a great game. I really enjoyed watching this game. The final score for this one was 27-12 in favor of the Lions. Now, the last game of the evening was actually the Falcons versus the Ravens. Okay? The Falcons took this one 30-6, and it was a beautiful game. So that's going to bring our standings, if you will. Let me see 1 second. I believe I have the standings here. So that's going to bring the standings to, we have the Chargers at the number 1 seed, followed by the 49ers, followed by the Falcons, followed by the Lions. Okay. After that, you're going to have the Commanders, you're going to have the Jaguars, you're going to have the Ravens, and you're going to have the Eagles rounding out the standings for week 1. All right. Now, it's just week 1. We still have a lot of football left. These girls are very excited for this season. It's a total of 10 games. So we will have 9 games left. So make sure you guys tune in each and every week for these highlights. Looking forward to next week. We have a blockbuster of games, like a back-to-back-to-back double-doubles. Yeah, so each team will play twice this upcoming week. So it's going to be a lot of football for all you football fans. Make sure you get out there to Washington Adventist University on Sunday and check it out. Our first games will be starting around 1 p.m. and our last game will be starting around roughly 4:45. All right, so we're going to have a all-day event of nothing but female flag football sponsored by the NFL, partnership with the NFL. So make sure you guys come out and check it out. Okay, we look forward to seeing you there. And most importantly, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Okay, hit that bell for the latest notifications. All of your support is very, 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 very much appreciated and needed. With your support, we can make this academy and this platform go a very long way, which in turn makes our female athletes go further in their career and opens the door for many, many more opportunities that they might not have had without your support. So please always keep that in mind when you're listening, watching, or even attending any event that we do. Our main purpose is the betterment of these girls. Remember, we want to acknowledge and empower these athletes. Okay. We want to give them a voice. We want to give them a platform so that they can have just for them. All right. That's what we're about here at the I Am Her podcast, the official podcast of the Matrix Sports Academy. I look forward to seeing you next time and welcoming in our hostess. Again, that's Sammy Clark. Can't wait to bring her in. We also are going to have our official studio up and running, fingers crossed, our official studio so that you guys can actually start to see the faces to the voices. Okay. So episode 2 is going to be big. We're going to be recapping week 2 and 3, the double hitters. So we're going to have a lot more highlights and a lot more segments, if you will, a lot more interaction. I want to get you guys more involved. I want to get your opinions on podcasts and on the podcast. You know, all feedback is good feedback. We're going to take it in and we're going to make improvements as we go. I really enjoyed talking to you guys on this first episode. Once again, we want to thank Isaac Williams, the CEO and founder, for stopping by and just giving us a little taste of what it is he actually does and where he's come from. So we want to thank him. And I just want to thank you guys for listening. Once again, this is Coach Mac, and this is the I Am Her podcast. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Signing off.